Alright, so Blu Vivo versus the old DooGee. So this is the XL4, it's a Vivo. This is the N20. This was $86 shipped to the house. This was $109. Now they are pretty much comparable to each other with subtle differences. This is a little bit beefier. So this is 3 gigs, this is 4 gigs as far as RAM. 32 gigs of storage, 64 gigs of storage. Android 8.1, Android 9. 4,000 milliamp hour battery, 4,350 milliamp hour battery. This has got a 6.2 inch display. This has got a 6.3 inch display. The cameras are pretty comparable to each other. The whole reason I ended up going with these phones is because they have a larger screen. I moved from this phone, which obviously is a piece of junk. The very first phone I bought after this was the X27, and I ended up destroying it and throwing it away because the call quality was horrific. So stay away from that phone. I ended up having to do a bunch of stuff to it also to get it clean and just kind of get rid of stuff. This phone I have had to do nothing to it. I just used it. This phone is going to be the same thing. There's not a whole lot of bloatware on these two phones. These are great phones, especially for the screen size and the quality. The call quality of this phone is perfect. The call quality of this phone I haven't tested yet, but I'm sure it's comparable. So the main reason I bought it was because of the camera, because I want to be able to do videos if I'm out and carry one device. I don't want to carry a bunch of different stuff, so I figured I'd just use my phone. If I see something cool, I can record it. So the actual video quality is very comparable to each other. This has the forward-facing camera has a light, so it has a little bit crisper pictures, but they kind of get washed out a little bit. And this has a kind of a darker image, but it's still really crisp. The actual back-facing cameras are pretty much kind of comparable to each other. They don't have stabilization, so you'll have to stabilize. Although this DooGee has better audio quality as far as like end result. So when you're editing, it has better audio quality. Now this audio quality is not bad, it's just low, so you have to turn it all the way up in iMovie to get it to be useful. This, I mean, I turned it all the way up and it was just right. So I think this phone is going to be a little bit better. They both have pretty much the same, I mean, there's not much to them as far as like how good they react to each other. I mean, they're pretty much great phones. So basically this phone is just going to be a little bit better. I'm going to show you some of the video quality really quick, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about a couple little things. Alright, so these are the cameras together. Kind of give you an idea of the quality of the cameras. So that is the forward facing camera. We'll do the back facing now. Alright, so that is the back facing camera together. Kind of give you an idea how bad they are. There's my wife chilling. Yeah, so definitely a difference on this camera. Alright, so that was the video, and so when this phone came, it came with a case. It had a separate, it had another case. It came with the wall wart little charger and the cable. It had headphones actually too. So I thought that that was really cool that it came with all that. Now this only came with a charger and the cable. It did not come with a case or anything like that. This phone is a lot lighter, which is weird. It feels kind of like more like a toy, it's so light. This phone is a little bit heavier, it's kind of beefier, just in general as far as the size. It's just a little tiny bit thicker, but not by much. It's like millimeters. But this screen, I accidentally dropped this, and I actually cracked the screen on the, I chipped it here, and it shot across, so I have to get a new screen protector. But the one thing about this phone is the screen protector on this thing is really thick. I mean, this is a really thick screen protector as far as like how big it is, as far as its thickness. Now this one is really thin, so the actual screen protector is really thin, and what I noticed is when the phone is off, at the very bottom there were like little air pockets on the very bottom, so I may end up having to replace the screen protector on this. I know I have to replace it on this, but that was my bad because I actually dropped it, which pretty much is why I bought this phone, because I'm going to end up dropping them and breaking them. I'm just terrible with phones. But yeah, so I ended up buying this phone as a secondary phone because I have two numbers now. Another thing is, like, you can put two SIM cards in each one of these, so both of them can hold two SIM cards, or you can do a SIM card and an expansion, like a little SD card expansion to get more space. Now I put SD cards in both of them to get a little bit more space on both of these, and they work fine. So other than those couple little things, this is going to be a better phone as far as a purchase, but you're going to need to get a case for it. And it's a fairly nice phone. I mean, I enjoy it. You guys take it easy. Peace.